For week 13, we'll be drafting a body paragraph for the final research essay. As always, ignore any due dates and times you see in this video and instead consult your course for the due dates and times that apply to you. You'll notice a lot of videos in this week's modules. Sorry about that, but they're important, and I don't use that word lightly. Notice I put it in all capitals here with a bunch of exclamation points. The video on claim evidence warrant is probably one of the most useful videos I've ever made. I learned this formula back when I was an EN101 student, and I've used it repeatedly throughout my entire college career, from EN101 all the way through graduate school. Claim evidence warrant is an effective, concise formula for building strong, well-supported argumentation paragraphs. I recommend you watch that video and try and digest this so you can put this formula to use not only in this paper that you're writing for me, but maybe in some papers you're writing for your other teachers as well. The police body camera is one of the best essays I've ever read. It's in the paper 3 module as an example. A student wrote this one for me a few years ago. I took that essay apart and highlighted the claim evidence warrant in different colors. Now, not everybody sees color the same way, so I made a video where I go over each one of those parts in the essay and explain what they do, why they are where they are, and why certain parts are longer than the others. That'd be a great video to watch. I guarantee if you watch it, your paper will be a lot better than if you don't. Now, warrant is the most important part of any argumentation paragraph, and I want you to be able to build better warrant than the people around you. So I made a video specifically called Build Better Warrant. It's only a few minutes long, and it'll show you how to up your writing and arguing game. The one thing that makes the argumentation essay different from the other essays we've written in this class is that you have to deal with your opposition. This adds an additional body paragraph. We've written 2 5-paragraph essays. This last one is 6 paragraphs. You've got 4 in your body. 1 where you deal with your opposition, and 3 where you get to state your position and support it. Well, dealing with the opposition isn't easy. A lot of people like to just ignore their opponent. They don't know how to deal with people who disagree with them. College-level arguers know who and what they're up against. They deal with their opponents respectfully. This video will show you how to do that. Now for the graded discussion forum. Like I said at the beginning of this video, it's a drafting forum. I left you a note at the top here. Week 11 is your go-to for everything you need related to research and MLA in-text citations and works cited entries. Head back in there. You're going to need that stuff. You'll find several documents and videos titled MLA, in-text citations, works cited entries. Use those videos to help you this week. You're doing a draft of your paper, so feel free to post as much as you want. But at the very least, I need to see that you have a thesis, a topic sentence outline, which will consist of 4, not 3 topic sentences, and 1 body paragraph that supports your position using claim evidence warrant. It can be rough, very rough, but I need to see the kind of groundwork for claim evidence and warrant in this paragraph. I also need to see an MLA in-text citation on your evidence and an MLA works cited entry to your evidence. Now, if you invite me to leave you feedback, I'll be happy to come in here and give you comments to guide you towards success on this paper. The thing is, I won't do minor proofreading edits, and I won't score your MLA. That stuff is up to you. We've got the Writing Center. You've got week 11, and you've got plenty of time to proofread. So I'm not going to go through with a fine-tooth comb. Instead, I'll point you to helpful resources either on campus or else in our course. Let's take a look and see what my example looks like. I used parts from the police body camera essay to do this example post. You have to give me a thesis, topic sentence outline, and 1 body paragraph with cited research. And that's what I've given you here. The author has a very strong thesis. Although many policemen and civilians believe that police body cameras may compromise the anonymity and privacy of law enforcement officers and the general public, police officers should be required to wear these effective devices while on duty because they're beneficial in the preservation of public security. It's a great thesis statement. Notice it begins by acknowledging that people don't all like police body cameras. There are some officers and civilians that are in fact against them. Since the beginning of her thesis starts with those who do not like police body cameras, she has to give props to her opposition in the first body paragraph. So her topic sentence respectfully acknowledges that many civilians and police officers claim that police body cameras violate the individual right to privacy that should be protected, not violated by law of officers. So that gives voice to people who are arguing against the author. She's respectful and she summarizes their position. We now get into her outline. 3 claims that support her position in favor of police body cameras. Her first claim in support of this argument: body cameras should be worn. They're necessary because they'll increase public compliance and lessen aggressive confrontations during interactions with the police. Notice I put this in red because it's a claim. We then transition into evidence. Evidence is material you borrow from articles you read in our databases that support your claim. Notice her evidence is cited. She's got a parenthetical here to Welsh 161. We have author, last name, and page number, and we can track that down to the works cited entry she gave us. I'll cover the works cited entry in a little more detail in a moment. After the evidence, she doesn't just leave us hanging, letting us interpret the evidence any way we want. That would be a mistake. Instead, she gives us plenty of warrant. She interprets the evidence and makes connections back to her claim for us. Notice how much real estate the warrant takes up. Can you see that there's more warrant than evidence and claim combined? That's what makes this paper great, and that's why it's an example in this class. Once the paragraph is complete, we have 2 additional topic sentences in support of her point that police body cameras should be used. You can see in topic sentence 3, she claims if the utilization of police body cameras was to be enforced, in other words, if they were required across the country, instances of police misconduct would likely decrease. And her final point: police body cameras should be required because the footage obtained from these cameras can be an effective educational tool for both law enforcement training programs and current police officers. Great claim to end on. She then rounds things out with a works cited entry. Notice we get the author names, we get the article title, the journal it came from, volume, issue, date, pages, and database name. Google Scholar is not the same as Google. It's one of our databases. And back in week 11, you'll find a video to help you find articles in our databases. It takes you through and shows you all the databases we have. We have hundreds of them, and Google Scholar is one. So, I hope something in this video was helpful. This is a great opportunity for you to get feedback on a draft of your paper. So like I said, feel free to post as much as you want. If you have any questions about anything that I covered in this video, you can always post them in the forum and put a note in the subject line for me to leave you feedback. Or you can click on the little envelope up here, send me a message in Brightspace, and I'll do my best to help.